Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we were able to convict Darian Crescent of the murder of Romain Latouche, and we found out that, and we were able to confirm that he smuggled a Burgundian cocoon into the States with the help of Machi Tobaye, and Machi Tobaye admitted it because if he did not, then he would be put to death in Burgundia. So yeah, that would not be good, but since he will be tried in our courts, he's going to be safe. So yeah. All's well that ends well, I guess. And now we are moving on to the next case, which is Turnabout Succession. So, let's get going. And that is the whole truth of this case. What? In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. What an opener! October 7th, hey, that's right after my birthday. 10:37 a.m. Writing Agency.
Hey, Apollo, look, on TV! Look!
Yeah, I'm kinda busy.
Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grammy, alright? Amazing! Apollo, you should be watching this!
Ow, ow, ow! What? I was writing about our last case in my journal.
Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago.
Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how the Miroir disappeared.
That's right. Uncle Valen did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now.
I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth, happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Governor's concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary troupe Gramarye is performing for the first time in 7 years.
That's gonna be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too!
The legendary Gramaryes. If Trucy's real father was still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles.
I've got the tickets and everything! Here's yours, Apollo!
Hey, how you been?
Hi there, stranger!
Not exactly the kind of greeting I want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you.
Yay! Pudding! I love pudding! Ooh, it's farm fresh! And not just 1 pudding, but 3 whole cups! I'll have to pace myself.
Well, I'm beat.
That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know?
Alright, you are. So, you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you, anyway. Huh? With me?
Ooh! Maybe you're getting a top secret mission, too! Maybe you can be one of those guys! A spy!
Can't I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the juris system, yes?
The juris system?
That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about.
Have you heard of it, Apollo?
Huh? Maybe? Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The juris system, huh?
So, Daddy, what's this juris system thing?
Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is?
I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo?
Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the juris system.
No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor.
Not quite that harsh. The jurors cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah, and there will only be 6 of them under the current proposal, right?
Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo.
Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now.
I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. Wright.
Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! So, what is this secret mission? The juris system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo.
Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and talk and talk, and nothing gets decided. It's kind of like you, Apollo.
I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're gonna give it a shot. A test, if you will.
I don't like tests.
We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping? How? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the juris system simulated court committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge and the courtroom.
Wow, it's like you have a real job.
I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is.
A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting.
So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it is the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple.
Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious.
True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all!
By simple, did you mean that the defendant is...
Guilty. Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said that it had something to do with you.
Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway. No sweat.
Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. And you mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the forms have been filled. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. But why am I only hearing about this now? Yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Huh? Something that happened last night.
Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission. But what about this? The Troop Grammary Grand Show!
Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks. The card tricks.
They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse, heaven and earth!
So what? That's 3 whole days from now.
It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valent.
Have fun.
What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing.
Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something he's not telling me.
Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum.
I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Grammary. That reminds me.
What's this, Daddy? Isn't that silk hat the Grammary seal?
Consider it a birthday present, Trucy.
Thanks! It's great! Today isn't my birthday.
Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day? Then it's a recycle your plastics present.
Yippee! So it's plastic!
I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So, what is it? It's, the voice actor's day after birthday present.
Can I open it, Daddy?
No. Damn, no.
Huh?
You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then.
Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then?
Because that would be the logical thing to do. And Mr. Wright is anything but logical. We've learned this already. Alright, so what case are you gonna use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do! I mean, I'm gonna be defending, aren't I? If it all goes well, yes. Of course, this is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose. I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good! That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo. If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk.
Well, time's a wasting.
Anything to present? Well, we've already kind of talked about this thing, so I guess we're just gonna go. October 7th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here! 20 minutes!
Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. "Oh, guard!" Is our client gonna be much longer?
What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet?
Huh?
Oh my god. Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat.
I'm nervous, Apollo.
It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you?
That's right. Okay.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Huh?
She passed out!
Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet.
That's magic panties, Apollo!
Okay. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get a difficult client, it seems. So, what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice.
And I'm Trucy Wright.
I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened? I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately?
Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions.
Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. But I think I understand despair a little better now.
You did good, Apollo. Look, she's doing her nails.
What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy.
Could you read this?
Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. And this is the love letter we pass from desk to desk at school.
Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo.
It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew's studio. And you're giving me this card 'cause... Well, looks like we're finished here.
I wonder if Drew's studio is the scene of the crime.
Let's go find out. October 7th, Drew Studio. Wow, this looks like... It looks like a studio.
It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there is a bit jarring.
Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo, look at all those paintings.
Hey, don't touch those.
It's okay, I'm just looking. Huh? Apollo, look at this one.
Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath.
But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd.
All the paintings have a really different style, too.
Hey!
Emma! Long time no see!
Oh? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow?
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
We don't even know what the case is about.
Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Misham? And his daughter was put under arrest.
Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center.
It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who would commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when a murderer is a woman. But poisoning?
Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around, which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene, or else.
So this, Drew Misham was some kind of artist?
Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth.
Oh? Well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance.
Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end.
What do you mean, to anyone?
He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he'd put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters?
What do you mean, Apollo?
I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days?
Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know?
In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera.
Oh, you mean the killer?
The suspect, please.
We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Basically?
Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently.
His first interview ever?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right?
Yep. A real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura.
She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company.
Her good luck charm?
Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I get Why can't I ever get a normal client?
But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad?
Don't look at me. So, about the poison. It was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely.
Not precisely? What does that mean?
It means see for yourself, I think.
Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles.
And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview?
At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see?
He wasn't near Mr. Mission when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone is suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Okay, we're gonna examine stuff now.
That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this.
Let's take a look. Empty.
The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Mission would put his letters in there, and the postman took them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils, you know? How they're so thick. Is that the word?
These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are.
Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one?
It must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below.
That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. That is weird. I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use.
Guests?
Did the police already analyze this cup too?
Not a trace of poison was found on that cup.
So the killer was after Drew Misham alone.
Apollo! That's where the body was!
That's the spot where Drew Misham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died.
Wow, a true artist to the end.
Or maybe he started it a year ago and he was procrastinating. I mean, that's honestly something that I would do.
Hey, there's a painting hidden back here.
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it?
He certainly seemed pleased by the possibility.
Huh? It's so normal.
That's hardly something to get mad about.
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. I better get a professional opinion on this. We do indeed have a professional here. That is not me, even though I go to art school. Let's take a closer look at this desk here.
Ooh, cute! Look at the tiny frame, Apollo!
Tiny is right. That thing is barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that?
None, apparently. It's empty.
There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk?
This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size of when you buy frames.
So this is Drew Misham?
And this little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Uh-huh. Right.
Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thingy?
Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen?
But it doesn't have a pointy end.
That was most likely for sweeping detritus off the desk.
Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific, that's my motto.
Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? This envelope has been opened and resealed.
Ooh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate.
You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago.
Why would someone open a letter, then reseal it again? I better hang on to this. Oh, Emma, I was wondering about this painting here. That one? What about it? What about it?
Yeah, what about it, Apollo?
Take a closer look at it, both of you. Now, look at this one. This is the third painting he was working on.
Hey, they're the same!
I was hoping you wouldn't find that. You're right, though. Drew Mission was copying this painting.
Wow, it's pretty good.
Copying a painting? What for? I bet Emma could help us out here.
Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo.
Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking... what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do scientifically?
You know me too well. Okay.
Okay, meaning we can get, scientific now?
Oh, I suppose. Just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out.
Emma, about this.
Oh, that!
Yes, why that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy.
Someone opened this, didn't they?
My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope?
Sure. I read it after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open?
Please, I would have seen it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently.
Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering.
Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on.
You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors.
Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning.
You want to know about my tool, don't you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I like to call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. Something... How am I supposed to remember that? So, basically it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works, scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. All right, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead.
Point that thing at me anymore and I'd fall out.
Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it.
Let's just get down to business, shall we?
Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here.
Alright, I think that is actually where we're going to stop for today. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!